This is a Corvette review after 3 years of ownership. Let's dive right in. What's good, everyone? I realized I never made a video with a review on this car. After all the different Chinese cars and European cars that I've made reviews on, I never made one on my specific car, and I think it's time for that. Especially now that I've had it for a while, I can actually tell you all the things that you wouldn't know about if you just purchased it. So let's see, let's do it. First up, it's extremely low to the ground. So I'm 5'9", 175 centimeters tall, and it comes up to my chest. So if you're in a parking garage and there's another car covering it, you might not even see it. Next up, let's start up with the front. You got the LED lights. These are awesome. Corvette badge up front. Then you have a frunk. As you know, this mid-engine car. The frunk, or the front trunk, is very delicate. They put in a special mechanism so it doesn't open on you while you're driving. You have about enough space to put in one bag of luggage. That's it, which means you also have enough space for some groceries. But if you're doing anything other than that, then you need another car. Next thing is this piece right here will get scratched up. There's so many different like curves and things to where this will get scratched up. There's people that I've seen that buy this like in carbon fiber and get like an aftermarket expensive one. And I honestly wouldn't recommend that because it's gonna get damaged. Moving on, you got cameras all throughout the car, splitter. Over here, here's like the most devastating part, right? Owning this car, you just have to accept it's gonna get damaged. Look at this. This happened literally just the other day at a parking garage. I didn't even do anything. Someone hit me. Isn't that sad? Like, you work so hard to save up money to buy your dream car, and then someone goes and hits it for you. Like, what the heck? Y'all other drivers better be careful, because if I find you, I find out it was you, I'm coming for you. There's the 3LT or the 3LZ for the convertible. It comes with these wheels. Honestly, I'm a fan of these wheels. Some people don't like them, but honestly like them. I don't mind actually leaving them stock, but eventually I am going to switch these out. It comes with Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, which aren't bad. Not the worst, not the best. They're all-season tire. If you really want to go above and beyond, you got to get yourself some Cup 2 tires, but that's if you're going to the track. Next up, you have the vents. On the Z06 trim, this is actually a big wishbone, so it actually comes further down and the vent's bigger. Over here, this is where you put your gas. With what's been going on in the news, gas has been a lot cheaper. So right now, as of 2026, it's about $3 a gallon for premium, which go back a few years, it was like 5 something for premium. So that's a big W right now. Previously, it cost around like 90 something dollars to fill up. Right now, it costs me $50. Now we go to the back, we're at the trunk. Since it is the convertible, you don't see the engine, it's covered, and you have a nice Stingray logo, pretty cool. You just double tap on your key, opens right up. You have some netting to put some things in place, and surprisingly, this does have a decent amount of space. You'll be surprised what you could fit in here. If you get the T-top, then you lose some of this space, so you don't really have it. So honestly, I'd recommend the convertible. And the convertible is just overall more fun. And then to close it, you just press on it where it engages and it closes fully by itself. Corvette across the top, and then these awesome lights. I'm a big fan. Vents, and then you have your quad tip exhaust. For the Z06 and ZR1s, the exhaust is combined, but on the Stingray, it's separated. Also on the E-Ray, it's separated because they share the same engine. That's it for the exterior. For the actual engine, it is a 6.2 liter V8 engine. It does 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, which is incredibly fast. And it does that because of how the weight's distributed like very evenly. You got the engine in the back, and then since it's rear wheel drive, it's able to gain traction and just speed off without spinning off like on a Hellcat. So that's the exterior. Now let's go and check out the interior. All right, now we're inside. The first thing you notice is there's no back seats. So it is honestly the most inconvenient thing when you're trying to do things with people, because you automatically have to have at least 2 cars, or just not take your car and go with someone else, or get an Uber. That is annoying. I would definitely consider that if you're buying it or not, if you have a need for driving more people. But if there's like just your fun car, your car to drive to work, and it's just you most of the time, then it's not a big deal. I definitely recommend it, and I would say go for it and buy it. Since this is the higher end trim, it has the carbon fiber seats. These are real nice. You have Bose sound system throughout the car. You have a wireless charger right here for your phone. You lift this up, you have a little bit of extra space. And you have a USB-C and a USB-B and an aux cord. It's kind of rare to see an aux cord nowadays in 2026. That is also, this car is a bit older, so I'm pretty sure the new ones might not have that. Speaking of which, the 2026 model Corvettes, they completely redesigned the interior. You no longer have the wall of buttons, which honestly, I'm a big fan of the wall of buttons because it feels like you're in a jet. You got all these different controls. Whole time you're just changing your AC, but it feels like you're doing so much more. But on the 2026, it's a lot simpler. And there's the extra screen for the ZR1 and ZR1X, and that monitors like your boost and other things. But since there's just a Stingray, you have your front display and then you got your side display. Let's get this started. Nice little cold start, even though I just started it. It is the winter, so it sounds extra aggressive, which is pretty cool. If you have an iPhone, it does have wireless CarPlay. As you see, it connected automatically. Sometimes it does lag a little bit. You typically have to have your phone like in your lap or right here in the cup holder. One annoying thing is like there isn't a dedicated phone spot. I mean, you could keep it in your pocket, but that's not as enjoyable or easy to manage. And if you want to put it in the wireless charger, if you have a case, it won't fit in there. If you want a charger, you have to take off your case here and there, and that's pretty annoying, but that's pretty minimal. You also have Android Auto, not just Apple CarPlay for my Samsung people. On the main display, it actually changes depending on what kind of mode you're in. That's sport, that's track. Track looks the coolest, but one thing, if you're in track and if you turn off your car and you turn it back on, it'll start in touring mode. You can see right here, it also changes and it tells you what's being changed. There's a tour mode. It's the most quiet, it's the most chill. If you have to leave somewhere late at night and you don't want to wake people up, that's the mode you got to use. And then the cool thing is you have your Z mode, which is the mode that you customize the car to how you want it. Boom, maximum sound, brake feel, engine, the whole nine, just a softer suspension. That's how I have my configured. You have your paddle shifters, which are really big. If you do want to go into manual mode, all you have to do is come down here and put it in manual. Boom. Oh, first you have to shift to drive. The more you know. And right now, since it is winter, I'm not sure how it's detecting this. Maybe from the outside temperature, but it automatically heats up the steering wheel for you. And it's honestly really nice. Big credits to that, because when it's cold outside and you have the top down, this actually cools your hands quite a bit. The AC works just fine right now in the winter. With the heat, it heats up real quick. Since it's just a small space, whatever, if you have it cold or hot, it gets to that temperature really fast because it doesn't have to heat up like the whole space like an SUV. So that's pretty cool. The touchscreen is actually angled towards you to provide more of that cockpit experience. When you get the higher end trim, you have more carbon fiber throughout the car. So there's carbon fiber here, and throughout other spots. You also have Alcantara on the roof, which feels amazing. Nice and soft, buttery. I got the black and red colorway, so get the black with the red accents and red stitching with the carbon fiber. And this is just such a nice touch, but the red seat belts feel like you're in a race car. But since I had the seat belts on, might as well start the driving experience. Let's go. All right, now we're starting to drive. First up, getting out of this driveway. So since it is at an angle, if you opt for the higher end package, you do get the front lift. There it is in action. Raises the front so you don't scrape the bottom of your car. That's honestly really nifty and worth the price, because if you just scrape out at the end, then you're gonna have a bad day. All right, everyone, now for the driving experience. Honestly, it picks up pretty fast. It's not that loud, but it's loud enough to where you hear it just enough to brighten your day, but it's not obnoxiously loud, which I don't know if you're into that. Some people might want a really loud exhaust to where like everyone knows they're coming. Other people might want to be more subtle, but right now it's kind of in the middle. I'll let you decide. You have to go at an angle for curbs. Man, this heating steering wheel is so nice. Since you're so low to the ground, you honestly feel a lot of it. You feel the bumps, you feel everything, especially when you stiffen the suspension. But since we are in the convertible, you just press this button down and you pull the top down And now you get some of this beautiful sun, get your vitamin D for the day. It's fully secure. And with that sun, you can't get too much sun, so you gotta put on the glasses. We're in drive, we're good. So let me pull up the windows just so there isn't too much cabin noise. Make sure to look both ways. So the driving's fun, and it's the best part about this car. So like I said, you have a Bose sound system. So once you put on your soundtrack, your theme song, like it's a wrap. You turn it up all the way and you put this thing in sports mode, Z mode, like you're gonna have the best time. Except once you look at your gas mileage, because that tank's gonna go by so quick. I was looking, and like my average, let's look right now actually. Let's go over here. On this little like D-pad, you can look at different menus. Let's go to trip computer. My last 50 miles, my average is 13.2 miles per gallon. That ain't nothing. With hybrids, gas-friendly cars, you're getting like 40 miles to the gallon. 13.2 ain't nothing. There's a time when I was just driving fast to like show people the car, to show the acceleration, and I was averaging like nothing, like less than 9 miles to the gallon. With this, like you're gonna be at the gas station more than you're gonna be in the car. So this is where gas doesn't matter anymore. This is when you're in your element. This is where it's all worth it. Moments like that is when it's so worth it to buy the car, especially now that they've decreased in value. It's been a lot more easy for newer people to actually afford one. You can pick up a lower trim model for like 60 grand, which when these first came out, that was damn near impossible. If you are one of the ones that bought it early, like me, like hopefully you're enjoying it and don't mind the depreciation. No matter what, this car is gonna depreciate. As long as you get your money's worth out of it, then that's all that matters. That's basically it. Let's wrap it up at the parking lot. All right, that's basically it for the Corvette review with 3 years of ownership. It's up to you ultimately if you want to buy one. I love my car. I wouldn't trade it, at least not for now, unless I could get a ZR1 or a ZR1X. Honestly, the amount of fun you get from it, I would definitely say it's worth it, but it is expensive. And right now with the economy being tough, I would definitely consider buying one because it is a commitment. It is a lot of money you're putting towards it. Definitely think about it, but don't think too much because right now is the time to enjoy it. Once you get older, your knees, joints, that's all gonna be hurting. So getting in and out of this car will be a lot harder. And if you have kids, it's gonna be a lot worse. So if you think you fit the circumstances to be able to get one and be comfortable in one, then I would definitely say go for it. If not, consider your options. There are other fast cars and awesome cars out there, but there is only one Corvette, so I'll leave it at that. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what other car you want me to review next. But until next time, guys, peace.